welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a review on the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. I'm in the shade 04 Medium Beige, and I can honestly say I really love this foundation. This foundation claims to be medium to full coverage, lightweight, long wearing, water resistant, and sweat proof. It's also supposed to be concealer and a foundation in one. Personally, I don't think so. I got mine at CVS for $10, so I'm pretty sure you can find it other places that retail Milani for cheaper, because I know CVS is more expensive when it comes to like drugstore brands. But anyway, aside from that, let's get in with the claims. When it comes to coverage, I'd say this is definitely more light to medium when you first apply it, and it gives you a satin matte, very natural finish. And with the concealer claim, I don't think it lives up to that at all, because you can tell in the coverage with the first layer, it's more like a foundation than anything else. It definitely doesn't have that bam, like Max concealer or Maybelline concealer. It's nothing like that at all. It's more just, you know, a foundation. I don't have uneven skin or like a lot of like blemishes, but I do have like I don't have perfect skin, let's put it like that, and I do have some acne scars, and the first layer doesn't really cover it up that well, so I do go in with concealer. But with the second layer, it does cover up much more, and it gives you a very beautiful, flawless, like Barbie doll finish. However, maybe it's a shade that I have, but it, like, when I doubled it up to try it, it went darker, and like I said, maybe it's the shade I have. I don't know if it's like that for all the other shades, but I didn't like that part. But I was happy with one layer, so it didn't really bother me too much. It is buildable to medium to full coverage. I will give it that, so. But, I mean, medium to full on the first application is not going to happen. You do have to layer it up to get to that effect. And it does cover up more when you do layer it that way. But like I said, mine, for some reason, is darker with 2 layers. It doesn't really match me, so I'm not going to do that. It doesn't bother me anyway. Lightweight. Okay, about this one. When you first apply it, it's really thick. Like, let me show you right here. Oh yeah, it comes with a pump, by the way, so I don't know. I like pumps. When you first apply it, it's like a moussey texture. As you see, this is like not liquidy at all, so you would think it would be like thick, and when I first applied it, I was like, this is not gonna be good for my skin. I'm gonna hate this. It's not lightweight at all. But the weird thing is that once you like blend it out, the consistency kind of changes, and it goes from thick to, it feels like you just put on another layer of skin. Like, it feels so natural. It doesn't feel like you have foundation on at all. Like, it goes from obnoxiously thick to it feels like you put nothing on your face, which I think it lives up to that claim. I just don't like the thickness at first. That feels weird to me, but I can move past it for this foundation. Like, this foundation is amazing. And as you can see on my face here, it doesn't look too greasy or too much or cakey. It just looks like a nice layer foundation. And I did go in with powder and concealer, so that's something to consider. And when I did have on 2 layers of it on, it didn't feel heavy or cakey. It just felt, it was just, like I said, I didn't like the look of it, but it didn't feel worse. It didn't feel like it was heavy or something like that. So it does live up to its lightweight claim. And when it also comes to its claim of being long wearing, this is like ridiculously long wearing. Out of all the foundations I've ever tried, even my $60 YSL one, this honestly lasts from like 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. with no problem whatsoever. I have oily combo skin, so my oils tend to break down foundations pretty easily, and I have to either, around like the 8-hour mark, either have to like powder my face or redo my foundation in general. With this one, I can go to like up to 12 hours, maybe even like 13 hours without any worry whatsoever. I will get a little oily and a little bit of dewy, but I won't get so oily to the point where you notice and I look like a disco ball. I just look like, I just look a little more dewy than I did when I first applied it. But that's expected with oily skin, you know what I mean? So, but this one, like, I honestly, like, I wore this from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's just my regular day in general. I go to school around 7, so I get ready at 6, and then I come home around 9 because I have work and I do like after school activities. This lives through all of that. Like, this is amazing. Like, I've never found a foundation that does this at all. Even ones that claim to be long wearing, this really knocked it out of the park. Like, I've never, like, it maintains my oils, and I do blot, but I blot around like 12 hours with this one. Like, this does an amazing job. Like, I start to get really oily around that time, so it does live up to its claim of being long wearing. The next one is water resistant and sweat proof. Alright, so I didn't go swimming with this on, and I didn't put water on my face. I don't know why you would if you have foundation. I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose. But when it comes to sweat proof, I went to the gym with this on the other day, and this stayed. And I did stairs with my friends and I was super sweaty, and this is the weird part. I was sweating and I was sweating through the foundation, but my foundation didn't move. I took like a towel to my face and I was pressing down to get like all the sweat off and oils. This stayed on my face. Like, it didn't transfer anything. It just kind of, it just stayed. Like, I was pretty shocked. I even asked my friends, I was like, does it look like my foundation is on? Does it look like the way it did when I first came in? They're like, yeah, it looks fine. Like, that's crazy. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So it does live up to its sense of being sweat proof. My foundation did stay on even though I was sweating, which I thought was pretty weird. But however, I did go into the sauna with this on and it did kind of come off, because I mean, that's a sauna, you sweat like crazy. But the thing that shocked me the most is that I still had pigment. I still had some of it on. Like, I have some pigmentation. It didn't come all of it didn't come off. Like, some did, but I still looked like I had some coverage going on and some foundation action, so it wasn't a complete loss. My makeup still looked good with this on. So that really, this is amazing. And I had gone out afterwards too, and I came home around like 10 and my makeup was still there. When I took it off, I still had to take off some products. So this is like beautiful glue. I don't know, it's really amazing. I have it on right now, and so if you have oily skin, you'd really love this foundation. If you had dry skin, you really love it too, because I kind of get dry. Like, it's weird because my nose gets oily, but I also get like pretty dry around my nose as well. Like, if that even makes sense. I don't know how to explain it, but when a foundation dries me out, it makes my nose all crusty and peely. So this does not do that. So if you have dry skin, I also did test it out on my hands, and I do have dry hands, and this did not dry out my hands as well. Like, I took it off when I came home and everything, which was probably like I had it on for maybe an hour or so. It did not dry out my hands at all. If anything, it made my hands a little soft, which I don't know. Maybe it's because that's why it's so thick in the beginning. I have no idea, but this does work. And you know, after I was in the sauna and I came home and after all that, I was like, I'm gonna have such bad acne because I sweat so much and I had foundation on. But then after I took it off, and then when I woke up the next morning, my face didn't break me out. And usually I have sensitive skin, so I do break out with certain foundations. This does not do that. Like, this does not break me out at all. It just, like, I don't know how to explain it, but this is one of the most amazing foundations I've ever tried, and it's only $10. The one that I use almost every single day is my YSL Infusionic foundation, and that's 60 bucks, and this does not compare to this one whatsoever. You can find this anywhere that sells Milani cosmetics, but this is pretty new, so depending on how like fast you get new products, you might not be able to find it for a little bit. But I mean, if you can, you have to get your hands on this, and I love it. Shade wise, I mean, this foundation has about, I want to say maybe 10 shades to offer. That kind of like that's not great, but I mean, it's better than having just like 4. I would say their shades are definitely more neutral, if anything. They're not really too pinky, they're not really too yellow, they're just kind of in the middle, if that makes sense. I'm definitely yellow toned, and as you can see, it does a good job at like matching, but it's not like the best. But I mean, I can get away with it, and I could blend down, so you know, it's not crazy bad. But yeah, so that's my review on it, and I recommend this to you. Like, I seriously believe you would love this. So, but anyway, wrapping it up, that's my review. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed, subscribe please. But anyway, yeah, thank you, goodbye.